Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Tensions are turning up. Tensions are on the rise in New Eden right now, with the faction warfare event closing in on us. So there's like a new kind of story arc that's on the way with the uprising expansion that I mentioned before, and now sort of more subtle precursors to this event have been already added to New Eden. So first of all, many of the Navy ships have been added right here. We can see the new Navy ships that we've got. Ferox Navy issue, for example, Scythe Fleet issue, or not Scythe Fleet issue, Probe Fleet issue. The new battle cruisers and the new exploration frigates, they've been added here to the market and the Tranquility market tab right here. And that means that they're very soon going to come. And with this news update we can see why. Because they're mentioning now that there's going to be like tensions between the different empires, so Amar versus Minmatar, the typical Calderia versus Gallente, and then in these types of events, the rewards will be blueprint copies of these. Like when if you've contributed a lot, then you'll get blueprint copies of these ships right here. And then you could say they're going into more detail of the current events that are going on. So you can say there's one conflict of interest between the Gallente and the Caldari. And then there's another one with Amar and Minmatar. So if we'll get into the one that's going on in with the Caldari and Gallente, it's going on in the system of Athunon. You can see Athunon V in Athunon 5. So we can go here, and it's unfortunate that all these events are going on in low sec. I would have liked them to go on in high sec, but I think that maybe people are getting a little bit pissed off with the True Larvae invasion that all the high sec routes are getting altered all the time, because these events that are going to come are going to likely change the landscape of New Eden, like the Tree Larvae invasion. We're going to get Stargates that are going to deactivate or reactivate. New Stargates are being constructed in Athunon right now, as far as I can understand. We have got, I don't know if we can see it here. Are we able to see this in the Athunon? Because it would be quite cool if we were able to see them. Show info, and then orbital bodies. Do we see any Stargates right here? We go here in the system info. You can see when any Stargates are. Have they got any new ones? Because there's a new one being constructed here. The Gallente, I believe, they're the ones who are constructing it. We can see that there's... See, this is the Stargate they're talking about right here. And it should be a Athunon 5 with the planet 5. Let's see, now where is 5? So we can't see anything right now, but what's going on is that we've got a Stargate right here, and the Caldari and the Gallente, they're fighting over who is going to like connect this Stargate to their territory, because the Gallente, they want to have this Stargate linked to their own territory, there's like so they can have access to the system, and then the Caldari want to do the same thing. They want to be able to have this go to their system. So planetary industry, we can't see any Stargate over here. But this is the planet that's going to have a lot of conflict going on outside of it very soon. I think there's already a conflict going on right now, but there'll be even more to come. Then we've got these stellar transmuters going on. And stellar transmuters are these kind of, you could say, structures that are transmuting a sun, harvesting it for energy. Similar way the Triglavians did a long time ago. They had these stellar harvesters, and then they altered the sun, and they made it so that they turned off Stargates, so that they sort of locked the systems. They made it so that you couldn't go there. Like it became low sec, then null sec. And the same thing is going on right now. And I'm not sure why, but the Amarians at least are doing this in the system of Turner, I think it was. See Turner right here. Turner. There's a lot of moons. And they want to harvest one of these suns. If we show on map, this is going on here in the sun, and the Minmatar want to interfere with these operations. They do not like the Amarians. They like to disrupt their activities. They don't believe in this, and this the system is in the Amar / Minmatar war zone as well. So it's like a sort of contested kind of system. And then they also are having plans on doing the same activities in Egmar and Vard. I think they're close systems. Let's see here. We're going to Vard. Those activities are going to be going on right here. So the point is that there is going to be a lot of factional warfare that is going to be done, and then participating in factional warfare will contribute to these kind of events. And then based on who contributes more or which empire gets more support, the different outcomes will occur for the different events. So we will have, for example, the stellar transmuters if the Amarians will succeed, and if the Amarians win, perhaps. And if they don't, then they'll perhaps do something to the then the system will be at peace. But then if they do succeed, then perhaps the system will be taken down, or I don't know what is going to happen with it. I'm not unsure why they're trying to do this. Triglavian stellar harvesting engineering methods. They're like taking and they're being inspired by the Triglavians. But perhaps they want to like block off the certain systems. This is what I'm talking about, the stellar transmuters. And I just think this is pretty cool because there is stuff that's going to be altering the landscape of New Eden. I think that the whole map is we've got a lot of star systems, a lot of places to explore. It's really cool. But having the map altered, I think, is just a step further to making the whole universe feel a bit more dynamic. It feels like stuff is going on, like all new routes are going to occur, and it'll maybe be easier or harder to get to certain areas of space. I'm just a bit sad that none of these systems are in high-sec. I would have liked to see perhaps more high-sec routes, because it's really difficult, for example, to get to Amar space right now from Calderia space. It would have been nice, in my opinion, if it was like the old times where we were able to get there. Maybe the Calderia want to make a Stargate that connects Amarian systems and Calderia systems, and perhaps that will happen. Perhaps that will happen. We'll see what was to come. But I'm just a bit sad that it's not occurring too much here, but we'll probably have to explore this as well in low-sec. But for me, it feels a lot more effort is required. First of all, this is really far away from my home base of Jita, and then second of all, it's like high risk of getting popped as well, because we're going to have so many people swarming these systems, I can imagine. So it'll probably be a real bloodbath. It'll be a real bloodbath. I remember it was like this with the Triglavian invasion, where we had these systems that were taken over by Triglavians, so they went into low-sec. It was absolutely crazy right there. There were so many people getting killed all the time. When you looked at Ezekiel, you could see that like it was one of the most like packed kill mails that you ever saw. Like just every second someone was getting destroyed because of how many people were there. But also it had to look to that it was previously a high-sec system as well. The Triglavians took over before. But these are interesting events that are going to pop up. One thing that I also wanted to check out right here was that it was interesting to see the prices, or the potential prices of these ships, because since they added to Tranquility, it's a lot easier to see. The blueprints also have been probably altered a bit slightly since they were previously being released, because they've been tweaking the ships and balancing them as time has been going on. So they've got you can see the blueprints right here and what is required to produce them. So we can sort of get an estimation of the prices we can see. So 16 million to produce a probe fleet issue. And I can imagine the blueprint is a little bit hard to come by, so that's why they've put the buy order is a bit pricey at 40 million. But my guess is that these will cost maybe 30 million or something like that. Similar to how other faction frigates go for, like the Federation Navy Comet. Okay, this is even cheaper. We'll see how much the blueprint will be worth. It all depends on how much the blueprint is worth, but we can get an idea of how much it'll cost. The battlecruisers are going to cost significantly more. Ferox Navy issue. See, buy orders for 400 million, a lot of cash right there. And if you see here, 260 million for the Ferox Navy issue. It'll be really cool to see these ships right here. It'll be really cool to see these ships. I'm also looking forward to new battleships. I don't think we'll get new battleships, but perhaps the CCP. I've heard rumors. I'm not sure if it will be the case, but I've heard rumors of potentially the Navy battleships being sort of revamped a little bit. Like I've heard plans about it since the last year. They're going to be perhaps tweaking a bit to make them feel more special. So I hope they are going to be altered as well, because the battleships I think are really cool, because I use them a lot more than battle cruisers. And just having new fun big boy ships to use, I think that'll be really cool. So fun times are ahead, fun times overhead. A lot of factional warfare stuff is going to be going on. A lot of PvP is going to happen. They do mention a lot of hacking, and a lot of various different activities like mining will also be going on. In the systems that have the Stargates being constructed, they're going to have like mining operations going there. So I'm guessing they're going to have resource wars. So you'll be then able to contribute in that regard. And then in the Amarian systems, then there's going to be like hacking going on over there. So you hack to gather intel. We'll see what this will bring. I think it will at least be interesting. Hopefully it'll be profitable. If it's not profitable, then it feels a complete waste of time for me to have to go out all the way to 20 jumps. And I think that's a bit unfortunate in some areas of EVE Online, that it's like, okay, you know, it's new activity, but it's like maybe it's not super fun and it's not super profitable. It's far away. It's like, why do I do this instead of just doing, I don't know, missions or Triglavian or something that's just a lot closer, a lot more profitable. So I hope it'll be worth our time. I hope there'll be stuff that's also closer to me and other people, because there's a lot of people who live around this area of space as well. It's not just me. So we'll see. We will see. But fun times are ahead. So factional warfare update coming along. Events starting to roll out, with the lore rolling out in New Eden at this very moment. Let me know what you think about this upcoming update in the comments down below. Do you think it'll be good? Do you think it's just going to be a buzzkill? Will it be something interesting? Is this what we needed? I think it is definitely a step in the right direction. It really depends to see what is being delivered, because I mean, I can only make so many judgments from what we see right here, but it seems like a lot of this stuff is going to be what we've seen before, but also that it's going to be shaping up the landscape of New Eden, and I think that is just so cool to see. So let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about this new upcoming update? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something new. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.